Millions of Australians are in line for an extra $1,000 in cash as early as next week after the Morrison government gained enough crossbench support to pass its tax cut plan in the Senate. We'll go live to Canberra and our political reporter Fiona Willan. Fee, good morning. Those patient negotiations have paid off.
That's right, Davina. Deals have been done, and as a result, 3 more crossbenchers have agreed to support these tax cuts in full, which means they will pass through the Senate later today, provided nobody changes their mind at the last minute, of course. Now, if all goes according to plan, from next week, some Australians will receive an extra $1,080 back in their tax refund.
Hooly dooly. A lot of people in Australia, probably about 4.5 million of them, will be getting $1,080 in their bank account at the end of the financial year, or a value equivalent to that. We'll take a look at that in a second. So if you earn less than $37,000 in the year, you'll get $255 back in your bank account. Between 37,100 and 48,000, you get 255 plus 7.5 cents for every dollar above 37,000, up to a maximum of 1,080. For people's income between $48,001 and $90,000, they'll get the full $1,080 back in their bank account. And lastly, if you're earning more than $90,001, you will get 3 cents less for every dollar you earn. So those people don't reap the full benefits of the $1,080. They might get something like $500, $400, $300, just depending on how much income they earned during that financial year. So in this video, we're going to break down what is good about this tax break, what is bad about this tax break, and overall, whether or not this is going to be something useful to us or something that's purely just to win votes. With $1,080, what would you do with it? How will this help our economy? Well, for most Australians, this might mean a chance to buy something that they've really wanted but just could not afford, whether it be a new fridge, maybe a new TV, maybe that holiday that they really deserved after working so hard throughout the year. Or maybe this provides a much needed safety net for some families so their non-material living standards don't degrade too much through anxiety and stress that's usually related with low income or high cost of living. Now, we can all agree that this money will definitely improve the living standards of all Australians out there. Just how much will it improve is really determined by your own opinions. The government hopes all this extra money will actually lead to economic prosperity in our country. Because if we spend money, it means that other businesses receive this money. And if there's enough people coming in through their doors in order to buy products, they might require more workers in order to fulfill those needs and wants from society. As a result, businesses make more money, and at the same time, more people get hired in order to make more money in the future. This is all good and dandy, and the government hopes to benefit from this also, because we all pay taxes whenever we contribute or participate in the economy. This could be directly through income taxes, or indirectly through GST. Either. If there's more people having jobs, there's more income being earned, there's more income to be taxed. If there's more people out there spending, that means there's more taxes being obtained through GST. So this policy sounds great overall because at the time, or even now, Australia is really struggling to spend money, and it's causing our economy to suffer as a result. By giving everyone money, hopefully these problems will disappear. So yeah, those are the benefits out of that scheme, but what are the negative impacts about providing these tax refunds to people? Well, firstly, foremost, we don't actually know if people will actually spend that extra $1,080 on products. For all we know, people might just hold on to it, and holding on to money doesn't really help the economy at all. Another thing to consider is that giving these tax refunds means the government has less money available to them right now in order to spend to improve the living standards of every Australian. We have no way of knowing if that money is going to be spent and will generate more tax revenue in the future. So it's a big gamble by the government hoping to generate future prosperity for all Australians. But remember, now that the government has less money available to them, they are less flexible to resolve issues if they occur out of the blue. Just like with this COVID crisis, maybe their ability to provide funds in order to solve this issue was hampered because they had given all that money out previously that could have been used now in a better way in order to improve the living standards of all Australians.
We think it's important that we don't saddle the budget with a $95 billion tax cut in 5 years' time when the government can't tell us what services and programs that they will cut to pay for it.
So there's another shocking development right there. These tax refunds will result in the government having less money to spend on things that they need to do today. And they can't even tell us right now what they will be cutting in order to be able to cover these tax refunds. For all we know, they might cut spending on military defense, federal police, education, public health services, like mental health issues, you name it. It could be anything that would be cut, and we don't know if those costs are going to outweigh the benefits that it will provide in society. So we really don't know what the opportunity cost of this tax refund really is, and that's the scary part. So yeah, this is one example of how you're going to be looking at the cost and benefits of a particular government policy and determine whether or not it's good or bad. Now, I've intentionally left this argument open and haven't drawn a conclusion because I want you guys to formulate and think for yourselves whether it's good or bad. Now, for those students there who really want to have a challenge, maybe look at some research papers to see how the spending could actually improve or not improve our economy. And one last tip, these tax refunds were given in 2019 also, so maybe it's worth looking into, just seeing how successful it was in 2019, and maybe use that to draw your conclusions how it will help in 2020. All the best and good luck for the rest of Benchmark 2.